The world around us is changing. Population growth, resource depletion, economic inequalities, and environmental degradation are contributing to humanitarian crises becoming more frequent and affecting growing numbers of people. In a deeply interconnected world, crises easily spread to other countries. Global power relationships are changing. As humanitarians, our capacity to cope with 21st century crises is often surpassed. These crises involve many different actors and organizations with roles that keep changing. We need to evolve if we are to meet today's challenges. Responding efficiently to crises requires money, but funding is often tied to agendas beyond our control. We see situations deteriorating and have to wait until many people suffer and die before the media sees it, politicians pay attention, and resources begin to flow. It's difficult to plan for the future when funds are restricted to specific large-scale disasters. Additionally, donors often specify where and how they want their money spent. This means we can't always respond to human suffering when we see it. Instead, we find ourselves unable to respond with the speed that's needed and buried in bureaucratic procedures. We often become more concerned with compliance than with risk-taking. We know the synergy that results when the local and global levels work together effectively, but our current system doesn't allow us to make the most out of the knowledge and capacities of local people and organizations. The current system is holding us back. Our way of working has become tangled and complicated. We can get paralyzed, feel overwhelmed, and powerless. We need to stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and rethink what we are doing. We know that humanity has enough resources to respond to human suffering. We believe these should be mobilized more effectively. We believe it's time to change the way money flows. Let's develop a global fund that releases money earlier, that allows us to work faster, that is independent so we respond based on real needs, that optimizes resources, that makes more funds available to local partner organizations, that's rigorously peer-reviewed with transparent mechanisms. We know the system can be different. We already tested an NGO peer-reviewed decision-making funding mechanism that worked for 2 years with British government funding. It was a pool of money that was readily available and ensured we responded in a timely fashion. Thanks to this fund, we had independent means to avert a crisis before it became life-threatening. We made hidden disasters visible, like the floods in Sri Lanka, and we responded 6 months before anyone else in the Horn of Africa. We've changed before. We can do it again. We are ready to take it to the next level. Credible opportunities exist for generating new NGO resource flows. We are successful, professional, and dynamic agencies with proven track records of making bold, innovative, and exciting changes to the system. The conditions are ripe to further strengthen the way we as NGOs work together. We ratify the importance of a system where local and international NGOs work harmoniously and support each other. We must continue working side by side with disaster-affected communities, finding context-relevant solutions. If we can work together for the creation of a global fund, we will have the power to save more lives, alleviate more suffering, build resilience in local partners, and adapt to a changing world. There are credible opportunities to generate new independent source flows. Please join, support, and strengthen this initiative. We believe that collaboration is the new competition. Let's seize the moment. Let's up our game. Let's do it bigger. Let's help people improve the quality of their lives.